did my taxes. All fucking fired up. Literally for 2 days I was pissed, and I've kind of cooled off since then, because, like, what are you gonna do, you know? But I can make a video about it. They've always taken 30% of my shit, but never before have I just fully, to the core, not agreed with the shit it's being spent on, right? I think I'm more okay with it when it's, like, going to social programs. I'm one of those people, call me crazy, when it feeds children and elderly people, which is, like, the vast majority of people who use SNAP. Right, and what we're seeing now is that we've been told that there's an enemy, right, and it's among us. It's like, you know, that person over there who's mooched off the system. We need to take it all away. But then we turn around and take the money that we saved and then spend even more on the war machine. Shit that I'm like, I don't want that. I don't. Why are we giving countries that have universal health care billions of dollars when in America, literally, you know, like, the average family is like one major medical emergency away from just losing everything, complete bankruptcy, financial failure? What the fuck are we doing? You know, we've had an enemy be created, and it's out of fear and scarcity. And I don't think that that's the truth, right? This concept that people are abusing it. I'm a benefactor of a social program that helped my kids go to school while I was in college, because I was broke. And it was a state program, but it's federally funded, and they've been slashed. And all of the people that I met there were actually mostly university students, or people who, like, their children, like, actually needed special help, and they were getting it there. Like, I didn't see any moochers, to be honest, just people who needed help and were hardworking. So, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't actually think it's about the money. You know, you can look at the Forest Service. This is a perfect example. Our budget is nothing compared to all the other stuff. I think it makes up like less than 1% of the federal budget, and they're slashing everything. Smokey right now is an anorexic bear on the verge of death. Barely able to pick up a shovel to put the fire out. That's what the state of the Forest Service is, right? And they say, oh, we can't hire people because there's no money, but then I watch billions and billions of dollars be spent on shit that, like, do we really want that for our society? You know, and I work with kids in the summer, like high school kids that, like, are interested, like, they're in these rural logging communities and they want to have a job, they want to do stuff. And they're like, what are the opportunities? You know, how can I work here? And I'm like, sorry, none. We can't hire anybody because there's no money. Which is a lie. There's plenty of money for fucking Gestapos. I work with the 2 technicians I had this last 2 years. You know, they're just college-educated people in wildlife and forestry. Totally competent, capable. All they want is medical insurance and to have a steady paycheck, and I can't hire them. And then, so Smokey is in an anorexic state, literally on the verge of death, and they're like, okay, Smokey, we're going to go ahead and quadruple your amount of work. We need to cut more wood. The whole thing's bizarre. I don't know what is up with this reality. None of it makes sense, but yeah, I think that we're living in a time that our grandkids are going to look back and be like, wow, what did Grandma do? Who was she? What did she stand for? During that violent change of reality. And that's what this is. I just want to make sure that everybody knows that I ain't down with it. The shit that is going on. What can I do about it? I have no idea. I can just tie on my wall and bitch about it, I guess. Raising awareness. I I think that I don't support ICE in any way, shape, or form. I want to make sure that my grandchildren and people know that. That whole thing is bewildering to me. I grew up listening to rednecks be like, we need to look out for martial law when a president enacts a military force on its people domestically, right? And it's here. And then the rednecks are like, well, yeah, get rid of our constitutional rights. Or rather, like, it's okay if constitutional rights are infringed upon so long as it doesn't affect you personally. I don't know, the whole thing's fucking bizarre. I ain't for it. I'd rather just give food to the people. Hate me for it, I don't care. I turned my phone on for 15 minutes, and the first thing that I see is like, oh yeah, we're going to war. By the way, and we started it out by bombing a school and killing 40 school children. That is exactly what the fuck I'm talking about that I don't want. Take food from American children and then we'll bomb other children. It doesn't, none of it. And if there was ever a bad omen, like, get your shit together, America, call to what the fuck are we doing, it's that. And if you support that shit, I want you to really fucking think about what it is you're supporting before you come at me and try to talk to me about that. Anyways, I'm not in a good mood now. I'm gonna tie all my feelings away, but shit is fucked, dudes.